Country Rollin', ladies and gentlemen, and this is his grandson, and we're trying to get this song on so we can hear it and let everybody find out about it.
Una vez más desde McAllen, Texas, Chicano Country Music Capital of the World, Discos Texas Tropics presenta su artista exclusivo, Country Rollin' and the Country Rollin' Band. Let's go.
Hace un año que yo tuve una ilusión.
You hear that music and it's like, you know, it's like bar fighting music, dude. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bar, drink some beers, and get into a fight.
Yes, exactly.
Hoy no más.
Y yo inocente, muy confiado, te entregué mi corazón.
Dude, how does it feel when you hear like your grandpa's voice like that, man? It's crazy.
It is. It was a very emotional thing for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's gotten a lot better now, you know.
Yeah.
It's a surreal thing.
But isn't it crazy how they're immortalized through music like that? I mean, we'll be long gone and Hill's music will still be around, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. So then he was in Flint, Michigan, and they came back, okay?
Yeah, he came back and he met up with my grandmother. He went into a store. My grandmother and her family, Ayala, were prominent. They were the dairy. They owned the dairy farm on South 23rd, and they were the ones who supplied all the milk to the valley for a while. And they had a store. I don't exactly remember where the store was, but he walked into the store and he fell in love with her, love at first sight, and he wouldn't leave her alone until she said yes.
That's awesome, bro.
And she was 10 years older than my granddad too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And then they met, and so your dad went. I mean, once your grandpa left the Falfurrias area, he never went back over there to live. Or
To
anything?
live, no. I mean, he played there a lot. You know, once it became a family affair and he was going strong, he was all over the place. I mean, he made his living playing here in the valley. He didn't have to go far. Like, so, I mean, occasionally San Antonio, Austin, places like that. But he did a lot of it here in the valley.
It's interesting how this music, I would have thought that, you know, back in the 70s, you had Freddie Fender, you know, he was breaking down barriers for the Hispanics and doing that country, Spanish and English, and he had a big hit, and I was like, your grandpa had this style that was very unique, and it was a Southern Texas sound, but I always wondered how far it went up.
He got calls from Nashville. He turned down a lot of calls, and I think that he was happy being here, and he said that this was his Nashville. These were his people, and that's just the way he was. He was booked for 10 years straight at one time, like contracted bookings, and he had to turn down some calls. Austin City Limits Live called him.
It would have been amazing
In the
to have
80s,
that.
and right away he's like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And they said, we're going to give you the opportunity to think about it because we're only going to ask you once. And at that time, I think he had been doing some shows down here with Johnny Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And it was going to be kind of that Hispanic type of deal, Johnny Rod and Country Rollin', and I don't know who else. But my grandfather's a man of his word, and he was not going to break that contract, so he turned that down. I know that show Hee Haw called too, and
Buck Owens and Roy
Yeah.
Clark, and
he had a lot of he had national calls, and he couldn't for one reason or another to make it out there. But I think that he totally would have kicked some ass.
I think so too, dude. I think so too.
I've got some really early recordings of his that I'll share with you. That
Well, there's a picture that he gave us. He's real young, and I had never seen a picture of Country Rollin' that young. I always knew him as an older man.
like a viejon.
Viejon. And I guess that picture you sent me, it's like a black and white picture, and he's real young. Is it on?
Yeah, he's wearing a black cowboy hat.
How old is he in that picture, man?
Oh, that picture.
Yeah.
Like
He
he
looks
doesn't
like-
even have a mustache, right? Or beard.
He's cleaned
Oh
up.
yeah, that was right in the early 70s.
Yeah.
Real early 70s.
32, 42, 52, 62. He was 40. He looks younger than 40 on that video. Yeah, he looks.
Well, that's why they called him El Viejon, because he was, he was young, but 40, 45, he still had that baby face.
Yeah.
Se me olvidaron los tacos.
You know, it's interesting because Nano Ramirez, the local promoter here, who, man, I mean, he started promoting back in 72. And he was doing shows at the McAllen Civic Center, and he finally decided, that he's going to build his own place. and he built the La Villa Real,
Right.
a convention center right off the expressway by Benson Road and Ware Road in between, in McAllen, and he opened it up in 1976, I think, something like that. And he, up to this day, he says the only artist, because the place, I mean, the capacity was like 3,000 jam packed.
Right.
The only artist that sold it out 3 nights in a row was your grandpa, dude.
That's right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said he told me that several years ago that they deliberately tried to bring down, I mean, nationally acclaimed artists to do, shows back to back. But I mean, they were successful. But Country Rollin' and the Country Rollin' Band hold the record in all the history of sold out, 3 consecutive sold out performances at La Villa Real.
Also, I think that he kind of spawned other country artists out of here. Like, back in Steve his Barroom Buddies.
He's a hell-raising cowboy, a honky-tonk hero to all. He's a rodeo champion who knows from his throne he must fall. He's a Mexican playboy, the girls he has loved everyone.
Buddies.
Yeah.
Back in the day, then you had a couple of other country artists that were, and then I guess he's your uncle, right? Country Rollin' Jr.
Yes.
Yeah. Was he playing with your grandpa?
Yeah, he did. He started with my granddad.
Yeah.
When it was the family.
And then he went on his own, no?
Yeah.
He decided to go.
Yes, sir.
Do you talk to Country Rollin' Jr. or
No, not really.
no?
Not at all.
No, not at all.
No. After my grandfather passed away, we just kind of dispersed. The family dispersed.
Yeah. What was the cause of that, or what, bro?